rules apply. What makes these pastors so important and what gives them the power is because this is an outdated book. These are outdated books that we're trying to apply today. So therefore, we need the pastor to interpret it for us. So the pastors don't want to give up that power. The priests don't want to give up that power. The religious leaders in other religions, they don't want to give up that power. Because if you just have an updated...
Oh my God.
That was the question. What's the answer? What is the answer to us having more structure, having more morals, having a better way of life, embracing the godliness in each other, embracing our connection with each other? What would be the answer? In most cases, and what a lot of traditional people, and maybe even non-traditional people would say, religion, right? Isn't that the goal of religion? Isn't that the purpose that it's supposed to serve, to give us guidance on how we're supposed to live our lives? And this podcast was highlighting the fact that a lot of young people are seeing the BS in the religion. The same things that we talk about all the time, they're seeing the BS, they're seeing the inconsistencies, they're seeing the hypocrisies. And perhaps what they're seeing more than most is the fact that you cannot use old absolutes to solve new problems. We try to use old absolutes. What is religion? Religion is absolutes. And what allows it to be, and a lot of people would say, well, it's not really absolutes, because who abides by the 10 commandments? Who abides by a lot of these things? And perhaps that is why pastors, and that is why people, us as the individuals that follow a lot of the religions and follow a lot of these religious leaders, perhaps that is why both want to keep relying on old traditions and old religions. Because what happens is, I don't think that a lot of us embrace the things that are actually in, let's say, the Old Testament, which is pretty much the Torah and obviously the Old Testament in the Bible with Christianity. I don't think that most people agree that you should be able to beat your slave. I don't think that most people agree that you can conquer a land and have sex with whatever woman that you want, regardless of how she feels about it. And if you want to take her on as your wife, then you can. If not, let her go. I don't think most people agree that when you conquer a land that you should do what lions do and kill all the males off. But if you want to keep some of the women, then you can. I don't think people actually believe in that. But I think the reason why people continue to embrace these old teachings and old absolutes without calling it out and recognizing that we need an update to a lot of these religions is because the disconnect from where the Bible is and where a lot of these old scripture-based books that have all these absolutes compared to where things are now is it gives people space. And that space allows people to accept the lack of accountability, the lack of responsibility, and it allows the religious leaders to have more power because now they have more of an interpretation, right? Because if it was just the Bible and the Bible had all the rules that we just follow now, then there would be less of a need for people to be pastors, to serve as religious leaders, because it's like, yo, I already got what's in the book. Like, I don't need you to read for me what's already the rules apply. What makes these pastors so important and what gives them the power is because this is an outdated book. These are outdated books that we're trying to apply today. So therefore, we need the pastor to interpret it for us. So the pastors don't want to give up that power. The priests don't want to give up that power. The religious leaders in other religions, they don't want to give up that power. Because if you just have an updated...
First and foremost, want to give a huge shout out to everybody that continues to tap in with us, like and subscribe and join our community. If you haven't already, please make sure that you do. We look forward to engaging in some dope combo with you that can help us all elevate. So like, subscribe, and maybe even share the video if you're feeling real generous. On that note, we'll let you get back to the video. See you soon.
Spirituality and updated religion, that it takes away from the power that they have to interpret things however they see fit, and it takes away from and it puts accountability on us as people to embrace these new things. It's easy to sit back and say, like, I don't have to do everything that's in the Bible, because if I did everything that was in the Bible, then I'd be raping women. I'd be doing, right? It's easy for us to say, oh, I could do this. I could do that. I can have my vices. I can do these things because look at the Bible. The Bible condoned all these things. If you had something updated, then it would force accountability, because the rules, the way of life would be directly related to the days and times of now. And for a lot of y'all, because the majority, even if the majority of people on here are Christian or whatever, the majority of people have never read their Bible. The majority of Christians have never read their Bible. The majority of people who embrace religions do not embrace what the Baha'is call independent investigation. It's the opposite of independent investigation. It's dependent investigation, dependent upon your teachers, your Sunday school teachers, dependent upon your pastors, dependent upon your priests, dependent upon all these people that just play middleman for your relationship with God, rather than you having that connection through individual understanding and independent investigation. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But I want to start off today, and shout out to Unk in the building. My fault, I wasn't looking at the chat. But shout out to and Slow Burn. I believe in God, not religion. Yeah, it's very hard to. I don't really think anybody believes in. I don't even think people believe in the religion that they practice. They just embrace it. To me, there's a difference between believing in something and just embracing it. We just embrace religion. We just embrace Christianity. Why? Oh, well, my mom and dad were Christian. My grandma was in the church. Oh, well, my mom's Jewish. Oh, well, I grew up, Muslim. You just, oh, well, all the homies is Muslim. We embrace it. We don't believe in it. We don't know enough about it to believe in it. It's like saying, how do you believe in something that you don't even know about it? The things that I just said were in the Old Testament. Most people probably don't even know that they're there. So how can you say you believe in something if you don't even have enough information on it? Shout out to Shy in the building. All right. So, and a religion that doesn't encourage you to do your own investigation on something, to me, that's a religion that is taking responsibility off of people. Yeah. I don't know. You shouldn't be able to. You got to go through orientation to you got to get put on a gang. You got to know the sayings. You got to know how to throw up your gang signs. You got to do all this stuff to be in a gang. But all you got to do is be dropped in some water and have the pastor hold your nose or the priest hold your nose, and now you're baptized and you're a Christian. You got to do more to be in a frat or sorority than you have to do to embrace somebody as your Lord and Savior. Think about that. You have to do more to get into a college that is robbing you of your money without giving you a proper return value than to embrace something as your religion. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to y'all. It doesn't really make sense to me, but who knows? Who knows? Let's get into this reading. I want to just highlight it. It's pretty long, but what I will do is leave the link. I'll try to leave the link. Actually, let me go into I may have to go into my text to actually leave the link, but let me see if I can find the link for you all, because I want to show you I want you guys to have the link. Okay, I have it right here. I'm going to copy it. I hope I'm allowed to share this link. I believe I'm allowed to share this link. All right, well, I'm going to show it with you all. I'm going to leave the link right here. Is it allowed to? Hold on, let me make sure that I can share this. Share. Copy. And if it doesn't allow me to share the link, I'll figure out a different way to send it to you all. All right, so it's a PDF file, so it may not allow me to. But let me, at the very least, I'll pull it up on the screen so you all can follow along. All right, can we make this full screen? There y'all go. Let me chill over here. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Those numbers started to get a little lower when you start. That means we hitting on something. All right. So let me see if I can. There we go. Technology comes through once again. All right. So let me make sure y'all are good. Y'all can see. So I wanted to just read a couple passages of this because it's going to set the tone on a lot of the things that we talk about. And hold on. Unc corrected me on something. I beg to differ, nephew. Most Muslim children have to read the Quran during the month of Ramadan, just like in Jewish traditions, the Torah is read every day. So, Unc, this will be my response to that. Let me hide this for a second. Reading during the month of Ramadan is pretty limited. If you're committing your life to something, you would think that you would have to read it more than 8% of the year, that you would be committed to reading it more than 8% of the year, that you would have to commit to certain things before you even embrace it as your religion. Okay, so they read the Quran during Ramadan for a few minutes out the day. Ask those same kids how much screen time they have of reading what's on Instagram, of scrolling on Instagram, compared to something that is going to set the tone on how they live their lives. You get where I'm going? All right, so I think we understand. I think we get it. But if Islam is pushing that, then yeah, it should be pushing it. I think and I actually was thinking in my head, to be totally honest with you, that probably Islam is one that, like, when I think about my friends, Islam is the religion that I would say the most independent investigation is done when it comes to the main religions, as far as the big three: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The reason why I would say is because the majority of people that I know who have embraced Islam have converted to Islam. So people that convert, I do think that they take time to do more due diligence because they're going through a change. But most people just embrace the religion of their parents. So when you just embrace the religion of your parents, are you really doing due diligence? Or are you just associating a lot of your good times with Christmas and a lot of Easter holidays, and therefore grandma was embracing Christianity and in the church, so therefore that's what you embrace? But to each their own. If religions are doing that, then yeah, that should be pushed. But let's get into this letter. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.